So that is a call to order at 6:34. Roll call. Jason, you're going to do the roll call. Pardon? Do the roll call
Okay. Mayor Ryland,
here.
Councilor Paul,
Here.
Councilor Phillips, here. Councilor Richards, here. And Councilor Dominic.
Here.
Councilor Ray?
That's good enough.
Just say, well,
No, you correct me, it's okay.
Counselor Irv. It's
Just Irv?
all kinds of different ones.
Okay.
So, we need a motion for the agenda, the resolution 6, 5, and 6.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Favor, say any amendments or changes? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So the resolution is approving rescinding prior council resolution 0208 and approving amendments to the articles of incorporation and bylaws of downtown Oroville Gold Rush Days. So the way the resolution is, obviously the old resolution and also the adoption of articles of incorporation and the amended bylaws. So
Those don't have to be those don't have to be separate resolutions.
no, we just have the one.
It's just one resolution, cover everything.
Right. That's what was in the proposal in the packet. So we go through the resolution. Back on page 2. Whereas explain the background and need to make the change and what we're going to do. At this meeting, a council meeting, is to go through and adopt this resolution. When we go to the Gold Rush meeting, at the beginning of the Gold Rush, that's when we'll have some more motions about the initial bylaws and some articles of incorporation, and also the amendment to the current incorporation too. So with that, so right behind the last page is should have the old bylaws with the statutes 465.719 in the very top paragraph. If I can recognize the old or the current bylaws. Exhibit A has the old resolution 0208 from 2002. And that should be right behind Exhibit A. Exhibit B has one of the two forms that we need to send into the Secretary of State. And that one at the top says amendment to articles of incorporation. And what that does, it tells the Secretary of State that in Article 8, which is on this piece of paper, it says this corporation shall have no members. And that's the one that looks like this with a box in it. So if you want to take those two pages, the front page and the other page is the instructions, and put that behind Exhibit B. Exhibit C is the amended bylaws, which is the new bylaws. In the very top paragraph, it references chapter 317A. That's up in the very top paragraph. And those pages go behind Exhibit C.
The amended bylaws, you would say. I think they're behind there now.
Yeah, it might be further back.
I have.
No, it's one, yeah, there's no, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically, there was just the strike throughs taking the references to the mayor and the council members and statute offered current bylaw, the amended bylaws. We know there's gonna be some changes after with the new board, that's what we'll deal with later with them. And the last item is Exhibit D. Behind it is the other Secretary of State form, the notice of change of registered office. Looks like this. That's going to be the new one, that's going to have the new address.
As registered agent.
Okay. We all did that together, that's what the resolution is going to look like, and it's exhibits behind it.
Around, you said exhibit D starts with this. Sorry, you said exhibit D starts with this picture. Construction.
Yeah, exhibit B starts with the one with the box.
Yeah.
That's where we're taking the
What do you
members.
say, what?
D gave it.
Oh, D, I'm sorry. Now, D is the new,
So this is
going to be, identify a new registered office, new address.
Are you gonna B in boys?
Yeah.
No, be the other one. That one's D, David.
Oh, it's a blank one?
It's a one you should have to be.
Yeah, what's back in the D goes up to B.
There again, so it's
So what's back in D goes to B?
No, I think, the way, the way I just said, we should be okay, but that's where they were when,
Yeah, that's where the original.
So see a B.
and that's B now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this one needs to go to B.
Okay, the other one,
And the other one goes to B.
the title on the exhibit matches the very top of the state Secretary of State pages. Questions, we're okay? So with that, I make a motion that we adopt resolution 2024-06. Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll say.
Second, thank you. All right. Any comments or discussion? Spelling there in the second whereas. Orinoco is missing a C and an O, we'll make sure that gets changed editorial.
Which one did you change it?
I'm sorry,
Which one did you just said you're changing?
no, resolution 2024-06. And in the second paragraph, says whereas in 1988 downtown Orinoco had missing C and O. Editorial. You, in Mike's letter that covered all this information, he was very, very good about explaining what was in his letter that's in your packet of the changes that have occurred and why we need to adopt the new bylaws and new incorporation without council members and mayor on it. Any comments, anything? Straightforward, hit. Time to read it before and everything, so.
So this is the one that separates it from the city.
Yes. So what's gonna happen tonight? We'll go through our agenda with our items. And then we will close the meeting because we've gone through our agenda. Our Gold Rush meeting will start up and the current board will start the meeting off and go through the agenda down through all the adoptions, and then we get to the elections of new members. We'll have that election, and then from that on, from that point on, then the new committee members will go forward with the agenda. FYI, but right now, the city agenda is, there's no other comments.
Oh, it looks like it's kind of convoluted the way we put this together, but.
Yeah, it's the way it was, it's, yes, but it's okay, we got it.
Are we sure?
That's why I was late. I was talking with Dave for 20 minutes and things that he came across. It's just that I was at home when having the conversation versus here, so that's why we're
Okay,
a few minutes late, so.
so by turning this over, so by turning this over to another board, Gold Rush is going to be able to function using the right of ways like they do today?
Would that be our plan? We have to,
Now, how is that possible? How is that possible without somebody else coming in? And I'm just throwing it out there, some group that you don't approve of. You have to allow them to use them same right of ways. You can't isolate it and say one group can use it and another group can't. That's why the city held it before. That was the discussion 22 years ago. That the city held it because the city could do that. Nobody else could do that because they don't control the right of ways.
in 2015, that's when we adopted the resolution about picking up or using the right of ways. That was the premise that we come, every year Gold Rush would come to the council, and we'll do it again with the new board. We have with the resolution to use the right of ways just like we have in the past.
They never needed that before. The only reason they brought the resolution in 2015 is because they took right of ways from other properties along here that they didn't use before. The city or Gold Rush claimed the first 15 feet
Yes.
in that year. And they never claimed it before.
No, they didn't. And the reason for that is, the reason behind the resolution changes.
No, I don't. I don't know who contacted who, because the Secretary of State had approved it in 2002 with the premise that the city, it was grandfathered in because the city owned it and it was already approved and it was a continuing organization. As long as they run it through the direction of the Secretary of State, it was fine to function. It's done it for 22 years.
Sure. So the reason that Councilor Breckenstein came to council and we approved the resolution, the right of ways for the different streets was that the right of way was being used by the food vendors on Minnesota Avenue. And at that time, all the other vendors were moving up to the edge of the street. And so the food vendors were saying, why do I have to pay for this 15 feet where everybody else can come up to the free edge of the street? So the resolution was developed and the council approved it, which was being more fair to everybody of being back 15 feet. And that's why we adopted the resolution. So it was fair. It was fair to all vendors and it put them all in the same category of having to rent those.
I understand that, but before 2015, the city picked and choose which right of ways that they were renting out. You know, they rented out the space around the parsonage and they rented out the space along here and different blocks. But in 2015, they decided we needed to take it away from other people. Blocks.
So to get back to the resolution here in front of us. That's
Well,
a
here's one
resolution
discussion,
discussion,
though.
but yeah.
Here's where the discussion happens.
And so, like I said, we'll come back. Gold Rush will come back with a whole harmless agreement like we had in the past, and also a resolution to use the right of ways. Any other comments or clarification? I'm sorry.
It's an asset. Isn't Gold Rush an asset?
I guess you could ask all the people we donate money to. They probably think it is an asset.
It is, it's a city asset. The city owns it.
Well, that's why the statutes changed that. Statutes changed it from a
It didn't change it
four
from being an
fifty-nine to
asset.
317.
It didn't change it from being an asset.
Well, we've never used the word asset anyplace. It's just to the benefit of the city at the time that we had the old one. And the benefit of the city in the gold rush now is changed with that new new updated Minnesota statute 317, which is in the new, in the resolution and bylaws. Right. That's a good comment. That's just background, but any other comments? Okay, seeing none, let's call the roll. Go for the question. You want to call the names? It's a voice vote is what I meant to say.
Mayor Allen,
Aye?
Counselor Paul,
No.
Counselor Phillips,
Yes.
Counselor Richards,
Yeah,
Counselor Erb.
Yes.
Approved? Excellent. Okay, next item on our agenda was a, special event gathering permit for Hilltop Camper RV.
Made the motion to approve that gathering permit for May 4th for the Hilltop Camper.
I'll second.
Second.
May 4th.
Is this the same one that was extending?
May 4th, yeah.
No, that was the one that went over at Philly.
That was it, yeah.
Any other questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 And the last item is a 4-day temporary on-sale liquor license to use South by Southeast Brewing Company at the Hilltop Campers and RV.
I make a motion to approve the temporary liquor license.
I'll second that.
April 4th. May 4th.
All right, any other comments?
Just for one day or is?
It's 4 days, I think.
It's a 4-day license, but it's just a one.
One day for the event.
Oh. Okay.
It's May 4th until 9 PM at the Hilltop. All right. Any other comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 6:52. Oh, we can stop the recording. And, David, if you want to come back, just to listen, there's another, Zoom link out there for you. Click on. Okay,